need to think about lunch. So I'm going to set up the mowers and we'll send them out to the field. Is this the 250? 6 up? No, that's the 155. This one over here is the 250. So I did downgrade the mid-sized the mower set. We started off with a mower set that needed seriously high horsepower, and that basically meant I had to run the mowers off the 8R. So we've downgraded to this Pottinger set, which only has 230 horsepower requirements, and the John Deere and the Case Humor that's plugged on the cow truck are all just over 300 horsepower. So I can run this mower set on that, which is a good thing. How are we doing for diesel? We're doing fine for diesel. So I'm just going to drive us out. We'll set this off on a worker and I will call it a day, and we'll go and get lunch, I believe. See what Mrs. Osa's plans are. But not a bad day. We're up to 325. Unfortunately, it looks like the best price for soybeans is probably June 2 or June 3. So I can't sell, I'm not going to sell them now, in spite of the fact they'll fetch me a good price. They're just not enough. Also not sure if this is set up for a worker or for GPS. So we'll have a go with that. But as far as everything else is concerned, this will be second cut. I was looking at the bales we've got. We've got about 40. Keep going. Silage, we've got 203,000 litres. Hay, we've got 280, and straw, we've got 250. We've got a ton of grass product, so everything's going to get sold. So this is going to be a silage run, and we're just going to sell it all. It's onto here. We are going to make a lot of money from that. Actually, no, this is growth stage 3 of 4 ready tar. I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm going to park this out here because it's here now. Okay, turn that off. So, what's actually going on there is that is stage 3 of grass growing, which means you can harvest it, but you only get about 2/3 of a full yield. So we actually need to wait till July before we cut the grass. So, having determined that little piece of information, we will have a look at the next day. Okay, there is lots of new stuff for sale. So we have, what the heck is that? It's a corn thing with a I have no idea. Weird. That's strange. Goes on a forage harvester, that much I know. There's one of those. That's pricey. There's one of those. Hey, you can get either or. The red one or the green one. Corn header. Got one of those. Forage harvester. What's that? That's a manure chucker. And an old Challenger. Nice tractor, but I've actually got 3 models of that downloaded. I think 2 are base game, but There is also the white, which was base game. And then on top of that, oh, I don't have the Alice Chalmers. Yes, the Agco Alice Chalmers version. They're the same tractor, just the yellow, the white, and the red. Anyway, that's as may be. Let's go look at prices. I'm going to price it here. 2076 is best price. And grain sell point is really high. To do that, I would have to go and unload the train yard. It's just more convenient to do that. But the peak is still tomorrow. So, oops, check the food. That's fine. I think that one goes down the... Oh, that's getting low. That's okay. That's not a disaster yet. Jobs. Oh, 53,000 hoeing. 19,000 ploughing. What did... Oh, that's... I should do that job just because it's an adjacent field and potentially a field I want to buy. Gonna sleep one more day. And then no matter what, I think we'll be at the point where it's time to sell. Soybeans, because we'll be at peak or just beyond peak. Blah, 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 nothing new. Oh, big giant bean harvester. Nice. Okay, let's go here, let's go here. 2,198, 2,158. I'm gonna sell it by train. So keep pushing all the buttons and not pushing all the buttons. Train station. Yes. Visit is a possibility, and now we summon. I'm too close. Sometimes you have to walk into... Oh, sometimes it doesn't actually tell you. There we go. Train will arrive soon. Okay. So yeah, sometimes you get too close to the trigger point and it doesn't work. And other times you're an idiot and it doesn't work. Okay, that does mean we're going to have a lot of corn to sell in December. Because the whole price structure on corn has changed. I don't know what happened there. Because, I mean, all the way through it was saying, yeah, June's the best price. And then June is not the best price. And December is. Although on this table... The soybeans are saying that July is when the best price happens. Corn is... I've lost the corn. Where is the corn? Oh, highlighted. January is the best price, but this one says December's the best price. It's there's a mismatch here between these two. I don't know what the deal is. We are going to make just under $1 million in soybean sales when the train gets here. Usually comes from that direction, and I don't know why. But we'll get the soybeans sold. What I could do is sell. I think the train load is 300. I could pull the truck back out here and sell the last 74 at the grain mill, which is over there somewhere. And I have to drive the truck under that spout, which is not the greatest. Still watching for the train. Still not seeing the train. Oh no, there it is. Train is here. Backing up at 60 miles an hour, which on American tracks is probably not the greatest plan. In fact, I'm not sure on any tracks reversing a freight train at 60 miles an hour is the greatest plan. Okay, so engine on. Oh, that reminds me, there is a mod that was released fairly recently. Come on, just stop. Thank you. Which changes this selection to only show stuff that's actually in the silo. And then if there's nothing in the silo, it'll show everything and you tab through all of it. But it prioritizes, you've got soybeans in here, so probably the only thing you want to load out of this is soybeans. I think the front truck's 80. No. 80. Well, at least it remembers. So, yeah, we're about to make a ton of money, which is good. And 180. And close the door, keep going to there, and stop. 194. I'm not sure. I think this is this car's 120. So it is what it is. We are still going to have 78,000 litres of soybeans to sell. And done. Go. So off we go with the big sale of the month, and then what I might do is do some jobs, do some contracts, make some money, and then next week we'll be in July and cutting grass, and the week after I'm not going to be here. There's the demolished tree. There's an interesting forest there that could be chopped down. Bridge. This is where the hurricane came through. Tornado, whatever. It seems so many years ago that came through. But today. Go through here, we'll summon the train. I'm not going to bother getting the absolute bestest price. 874 plus 90. Woo, that's nice. Okay, and we go back to here. And train is going to arrive soon, so it'll take a while to get back from over there. Yeah, as I was saying, the options are I could pull the soybeans out of there and soybeans, sell them at the grain sell point, which I think is corn dryer, grain mill, grain sell point. Is that one there? So it would be basically bring the truck out, pick it up from here, take it over to that building there and sell it for 20 cents more, or $20 more per 1,000 litres. So 2 cents more per litre. It's just easier. We're here, we'll grab the train, we'll get it all sold. So 75,000, we sold 3. 75 is a quarter of 3. So another 200,000 money. Potentially we are looking at 1.5 million. That's nice. It's nice. And then as far as animal food, those animals need food again, and I should take care of the horses as well. Haven't been watching how fast their hay goes down. I've never supplied them with root crops. It doesn't seem to make much of a difference. This will be a good field to plough and then pick up the job for, or buy it. We'll hoe that one as well off camera, and yeah, and then we'll be back next week to cut grass. Now, grass cutting we'll do first day of the month, and it is available to sell as silage if I wrap it on the last day of the month. So that's the plan for next week, plus animal feeding, of course, because that's a thing. How's the train doing? Yeah, here it is. And then, I'm not sure what I'm going to have for lunch. We did have pizza last night, homemade pizza last night. Ham, mushroom, and jalapeno pizza I had. So there's leftovers. I could grab some more. Very particular in the way you stand to get on board. Two, 1, 0, stop, go. Soybeans, yes, fill that up. So 90,000 litre car, we're getting 7 for it. Then, go drive, as the young man used to say. When you stuck him in his car seat. Stick him in his car seat, tickle his legs, go drive. There's nothing else there. So I guess... Actually, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to check finances. Did we pay for a thing? So we've got vehicle leasing costs. Oh, train. Property maintenance, yes. Production costs, that's running the BGA. Water costs, that's feeding the animals. There isn't. Okay, back in Farm Sim 17, there used to be a price for using the train silos. The train silos in Farming Simulator 17 on raw folds were huge. But you got charged for storing stuff in them. So it was always more price efficient to keep stuff at your farm. But the advantage with the train yard was we could keep sugar beets in the train yard silos. You didn't have to dump them on the floor. But, That doesn't seem to have perpetuated, at least it's not on this map. So and there's another 217, 1.5 million. That's sweet. Yeah, so there's nothing really to stop me from transporting the 300,000 litres of corn that we have in our silos. 300? Don't recall. Let's go take a look. We have, yeah, 338,000 litres of corn, but we also have a field to harvest sometime. Oops, other way. Said we didn't need to feed the horses. We will take care of that right away. This thing is doing fine. As I said, I haven't been a big fan of telehandlers in the past. I did use a wheel loader on the Old Stream farm once. That's fun. Okay, got soybeans. In fact, more recently, I've been using the tele trucks because they're like telehandlers but with telescopic things at the front, which is kind of cool. Okay, that should last them about 6 months. Or space food. Now we'll go grab some hay. So I'm going to swap back to the prongs because we use this. The only time I use a bucket is to feed them oats, and they don't eat much, so it's not a big deal. The big deal was the chickens that just used to eat tons of stuff. Quite frankly, they ate a lot, they produced lots of eggs, which means you had to take them to market all the time. And quite frankly, they didn't make a lot of money. Oops. We go again. So, grab some. I'll take 2 bales of hay. And then we'll see how that sits with the horses. Now, how many have we got? We got 28 straw, but the straw will be replenished when we do the soybeans. We have 5,500 silage, and I'll bring leftovers here. And we've got 35 hay, which is also all good. So, square bales of hay. 2. Start. Try not. Stab myself. Fortunately, not bale fork, so blunt trauma rather than stabby trauma. Okay. I don't know how much of this will disappear. Might all disappear. This one. It's the second one. Okay. So have a look at horse food. Horses have an absolute ton of hay. As I said, this goes down about 150 a day, so we've got a few months there. Sheeps are full because they're grazing. The cows are good. Those cows not so good. We do need to mix another load of feed for them. But I will do that off camera because we don't have to mix 20 buckets of cow food. So I think we will call it here. We've made lots of money, 1.3 million. That's nice. Oops. We just broke our telehandler. As I said, we'll be back next week. There's going to need to be grass to cut, unless I do the grass cutting and just skip on a few months. It's always an option. Because we do, you know, three harvests a year. We do a lot of grass cutting every year. I'll play it by ear. We'll definitely have something next week. Harvesting corn is October. Harvesting cotton is October. Harvesting soybeans is October. So nothing serious needs to be harvested. I may run through to October and just bring us back with the full harvest, or I might do grass and a couple of contracts next week, and then we can move on to something new the week after. But for now, I wish you all a good weekend. Have a good week. We'll be back next week. Now we've got a wood forwarder. For now, I'm out of here. Have fun, everyone. Bye.